What's up, guys? Welcome to my channel. This is Izzy's Review, and I'm Izzy Spears. Today we're going to talk about my experience at the Louis V store in Saks. So before I dive into this, I want to explore three topics within this mini topic, which are luxury, designer, and expensive. So I went to this store with the full intention of buying a Speedy. I didn't know if I wanted a 25 or a 30, but that's why you see my phone right there. I'm trying to decide in this size because I wanted the print on the left with the size on the right. And they were trying to tell me that, oh, it wasn't that much of a difference, but I wanted to use this for a, kind of like how everyone's using the Neverfull, but I have to have a zipper. I have a lot of anxiety. I have a lot of OCD. So carrying around anything that doesn't zip won't fly for me because I'm always going to have the feeling that I'm dropping it. So it has to have a zipper. So I really wanted the 30, but they didn't have the 30 with the print on the left. I don't know what it's called, but let's say the initial or monogram is on the right. So I didn't want that. And I wanted a darker handle. And I think I wanted the red on the inside, not the stripes. So just a few things that were different. I mean, the LV is classic, right? But I feel like it's also kind of dated and I'm a little too mature for the LV. I just really wanted the checkerboard print that's on the left. But again, the wrong size. So I feel like this was a sign. And I'm showing pictures of flowers because we're talking about luxury, expensive, and designer. And I thought the flowers were a good key. Just follow me. So again, I went there with the intention to buy the Speedy. And I went inside and I'm going to talk to you through like my process. And this isn't my first time there. I've been to the Gucci store. I've been to the Tiffany store. Like I've been in spaces that are expensive and that are what I would consider intro designer. But I am questioning whether all of these experiences are luxury. And this is what made me decide not to buy the bag, even though it's been on my list for a long time. I didn't buy the bag because when I went in and I told them, oh, I wanted the Speedy, do you have a 25 or 30? He pulled it out of a drawer and it was crinkled up and balled up, right? And keep in mind, like, I've seen Louis at consignment stores, I've seen it in person, but now that I'm older and I'm more mature, I think I just thought for a second, I was like, is this really luxury? It's expensive and it's designer, but is this luxury? You're pulling out of a drawer, it's all crinkled up and you poof it up on the table. Like you see the one on the right is a little like saggy and it still has the wrinkles in it. And I'm just like, you accomplished the goal. You did the thing. Now it's time to reward yourself with the thing that you said that you would give yourself, which was this bag. But I felt that purchasing this bag was going to diminish my accomplishment. And this is what we're discussing because, my partner was with me. It's like, come on, let's get the bag. This is one you want. Like, why are you hesitating? And I'm like, first of all, you promised me that you wouldn't like nudge me because I'm not indecisive, but I'm waiting for the feeling. Like I'm always waiting for my spirit to move me. And I did not feel moved. The spirit was not moving me. It just didn't feel right. And I'm touching the bag and I'm just like, this doesn't feel a quality that I was expecting. And again, I'm having all these second guesses because I'm about to spend my money. It's not just window shopping. And I'm like, do you really want this? And the voice just went and say, just keep looking, just keep looking. So this is important because I said, you know what? Let me see what else the store has. And I granted myself the opportunity to leave the situation and the pressure, but stay in the store and browse around. And, I feel for people wondering, for the girls who get it, they get it. I'm African American, I'm plus size, I wear my natural hair. You always have these questions. Are they worried if I can't afford it? Do I need to prove to them that I can afford it? Blah, blah, blah. And I said, you know what? I'm a person. I'm going to shop. I don't care what people think. I don't care what people are assuming. I'm going to enjoy my experience. So I'm looking around, I'm touching the luggage, I'm touching the wallets, I'm looking at the keychains. And then I go to the other side of the store and I see this bag, and I have to see if I can find a picture. And I touch this bag, and it feels leathery, yummy, buttery, soft. And I'm just like, this is a bag. And I asked the attendant, I said, well, how much is this one? And she said, well, this is a $10,000 bag. And I said, well, I can tell that this is a quality bag. And I would say that was luxury. It was just so buttery soft, and so the construction was well made, and it was what I would say an intersection of all three: luxury, designer, and expensive. Now, like, that is a bag. So I asked her, I said, well, how come this bag feels akin to what I'm expecting and the other ones don't? And she said, well, those are canvas bags. And I remember hearing it all the time. People say the canvas tote, but it never dawned on me what that meant. Like, the material is canvas. The logo and the design is printed on canvas, whereas the more expensive items are printed are made with leather. And I was like, okay. So again, I'm thinking this is a designer bag. This is an expensive bag, but this for me does not say luxury. And we have the picture coming up of the bags coming up. So I want to reference this. So this is the Neverfull that I have my phone up next to. And again, I like it. It was really popular on TikTok. People saying the Neverfull, it holds its value, is coming back in style. And, I just don't do well with totes. Honestly, every day right now, I carry a backpack, which was leading to why I wanted the Speedy. I wanted it for overnight. I wanted it for dinner. I wanted it for quick weekend getaways. I wanted a larger bag that zipped up, but was like a status, like, oh, I arrived, my first, a designer piece to celebrate a milestone that I achieved in my life. But because I was influenced, I was looking at the Neverfull. But the reason that I could not do the Neverfull was the straps. They felt floppy. They didn't feel designer. They are expensive, and they didn't feel luxury. So again, this bag that was in the corner, that's 10,000. It's all three. It was luxury, it's the designer name, and it is expensive. The Speedy and the Neverfull, I will consider these entry, and I feel that I've had enough experiences. And if you dig through my channel, you'll see I am not a flashy, I don't have another word, but I do enjoy luxury experiences, and I do enjoy expensive experiences, although I do not purchase a lot of designer. So again, I was purchasing this as a treat for meeting a milestone that I'm still holding personal and I haven't announced yet. But if you don't believe me, go through my page. I've stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. I stayed at the Four Seasons. I've stayed at Laos. These are entry luxury for me, in my opinion, because if real wealth, real people who live like this daily, not just for special occasions, they go to places and experience things that we don't even know of because it's not marketed to us. So that's why I feel like I can speak on what is luxury and what's expensive, even though I don't buy a lot of designer. But back to the bags. So I put the $10,000 bag down. I say I could, but I'm not. And I leave it, even though the salesperson kind of rubbed me the wrong way, making it seem as if it was a bag I need to work towards. And I'm just like, you know nothing about me. Why do you feel that I need to work towards this bag? It's $10,000, okay? But anyways, so I found a compromise. I need to find the picture. It's a $3,000 bag. And I will say that as a entry-level, mature bag, it's a good compromise between luxury, designer, and expensive. It was made out of leather, not the canvas. The construction was really nice, and the leather was nice, and it wasn't too flashy. It was just very, very conservative, like I am. And I just made this video to really shine light on the fact that you can have a luxury experience that's not expensive. You can buy designer that's not luxury, and you can buy designer that's not expensive in terms of like secondhand or consignment. And you can also buy designer that is luxury and expensive. So when you're out looking for experiences, looking for purchases, there are so many things that intersect that determine the outcome, whether it's quality, whether it's craftsmanship, whether it's price. And just because something's expensive doesn't mean that it's going to be luxury. And just because something's expensive doesn't mean that it has to be designer. And just because a designer doesn't mean it has to be expensive. And just because a designer doesn't mean it has to be luxury. So I hope that makes sense. If you want me to elaborate more, we can have at it in the comments. I look forward to it. But thank you for taking the time to listen. And if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, with much love, Mwah. Izzy.